Welcome to the 57th episode of the Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast.
So damn paranormal. Ow.
My name is Jason Knight, host of the show and president and founder of Chicago's own Supernatural Occurrence Studies. With me today is...
Lexi.
Hi, Lexi.
Hello.
And...
Oscar. Spectre?
Yes.
You want me to say the
Wait,
whole
I want
name?
a cool nickname.
You do need a cool nickname.
I do.
Because, folks, we use pseudonyms on this show because some of you that follow it are kind of fucking nuts, to be honest. So we don't want to use our own names.
Right.
So we need to come up with one for Lexi. Livacious? No.
She's not in porn.
Yeah.
Or on a stripper pole. Lexi. One that kind of rhymes with her last name, but that's not going to work.
Yeah. I don't want them getting anywhere near my last name.
Right.
I know.
We'll have to come up with this. Maybe the listeners come up with a spooky
That'll go really well.
pseudonym for Lexi. Contact at ChicagoGhostPodcast.com.
That's just always worked. Yes. Lexi. I have so many ideas, but none of them bring up a word,
So, Lexi is joining us tonight. We're kind of short-staffed. Happy New Year, by the way, listeners. It's our first recording of 2018.
It's true.
And unfortunately, we're not as prepared as we wanted to be this evening.
No, we're not.
It's been an extremely rough week for the Supernatural Occurrence Studies podcast.
Oh, not me. I've been having a good time.
Except for Oscar. Oscar always just kind of cruises along.
Yeah,
Everything's
okay.
always fine.
I'm not like I'm third gear, but I'm always on second. I'm solid.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Not on reverse or anything.
Or neutral.
Neutral, right.
would be bad. Dave Black. Dave Black is back in Florida doing his hunting gathering thing.
He's black and he's back.
He's black and he's back.
Yeah.
So, Dave isn't joining us this time. He needs to make that cash. Ow. And Joe Erie, poor guy, wound up in the hospital.
Yeah,
this
apparently
week.
he ran into a hospital. Like he crashed his car into one, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's not the story.
he wound up in the hospital. So he's not here.
He went to deliver pizza there, and he just stayed.
No, he's actually really, really on death's bed sick. So we wish him
Yeah, what is
a
this?
quick recovery.
Do you know what it is, or you don't want to mention it?
It's
here?
like everything. It's what everybody had this Christmas season. Me and my family
Like the
included.
flu, or you...
Like flu times 10, just debilitating, and it hits him hard,
A flu square.
harder than most. So
Okay.
put him in the hospital.
Flu cubed.
But Joe did give us some new music that he wrote, along with his partner Will. So we're going to play some of that this episode.
Sweet.
And me. I mean, I had a horrible week.
Right. Right.
I just got home, and we're running behind schedule. We have a podcast to release
Yep.
tomorrow, and consistency is key. Listeners expect an episode every 2 Mondays, so we had to get together. Oscar and Lexi came to my house. It's probably about 1 a.m.,
Yep.
but we got to release. So
Lexi stays with me, and I stay on the projects I have to do. So
that's right. That's right. Do you want to hear my crazy story?
I do,
Yes.
but before we say, by the time you hear our interlude where we play Joe and Will's song, we're gonna spend the first half of this episode trying to figure out what we're gonna talk about.
That's
in this
right.
Episode.
That's right.
So we want to preface this by saying this is kind of not quite the drunk episode we had.
Oh, episode 13. Oh.
Right. Don't drink in podcast. It's not quite that bad because we're drinking, but we're not anywhere near drunk.
Right. We're pretty sober.
Yeah, we're pretty sober. We're just tired. It's been a long night. But we're also trying to figure out what the fuck to talk about.
Yeah, and we kind of came up with maybe fears, what scares us,
Right.
something like that. But we're going to see where it goes.
Yeah, we're going to see. But anyway, you want to tell a story.
Yeah,
please.
which kind of leads to my fears, right?
Right.
So I think the listeners by now know I travel extensively for a living. Travel all over the Midwest, including parts of the Northeast, parts of the Southeast, Southwest, and the West Coast occasionally. So I do a lot of traveling. And a lot of it is driving, but unfortunately, this week I got stuck flying.
Right.
And I haven't mentioned before, I am terrified of flying.
Mm-hmm.
Do not like it. It is the worst way to travel. It's terrifying. It's horrifying. They treat you like cattle. It's just the absolute worst way to travel. So, but this week, I like to get paid. So this week I had to fly. I just shut up and do it.
Right.
On the outside.
Do you ever have choices of where you go? No, right?
I set my own schedule unless something major comes up and I have to fly somewhere. Then I don't have a choice. So
I was just curious, like, is it normal for you to go that far that you have to fly?
No, not normal.
Right. Okay.
That's actually abnormal.
Gotcha.
My territory is the Midwest, but like I said, all around the coast.
You
I
are
have to go.
George Clooney in Up in the Air.
There you go.
Except that you don't fire people.
I wish I had his chin and hairline.
We all do.
Yes.
We all do. Although I have his hairline, but I don't have his chin or his whiteness.
Right.
Or
you are
charisma.
kind of Mexican.
Not kind of. Take the kind of out, and that's what I am. That's funny.
So this week I got stuck flying, and like I said, I like to pay my bills. I really love my job, so when stuff like that comes up, I just shut up and plow through it and do it. Right. On the outside, I am calm, cool, and collected. On the inside, I'm literally falling apart. It's horrible. So Tuesday, got to go to Jersey. Right. Get on the plane. Waiting. Pilot comes on. We found a hole in the, I don't know, what do you call it? Put the baggage area of the plane.
Cargo.
There's a fucking hole.
Cargo hold.
In the cargo hold.
Yeah.
Right? This isn't a good thing.
I've seen Die Hard 2. I know what's called.
Followed it up with, we're going to try to fix it. We're going to try to fix this hole while the plane is on.
Yeah.
The ignition's turned and there's 200 people on the plane.
Yeah.
We're going to fix this thing right on the runway.
You're lucky I'm not with you when this happens, because my immediate reference is to mention Alien. Remember when the acid was burrowing through? There were words going to go through the hull of the ship, which means like
suck everybody out. Yeah,
right. It's space. That's I probably would mention that.
And that's kind of in my mind what's going on.
Right.
We're all going to die. In other words, it ends in death. So we're sitting there. Probably 2 hours go by. We're sitting on the goddamn tarmac.
Were you on the tarmac?
Yeah, we're on the plane. We're on the runway thing. The tarmac, the gate. We're at the gate.
Okay,
right?
the gate.
So
That's way different than the tarmac. The tarmac is, I imagine, freezing outside.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not outside the plane waiting. We're on the plane,
But
waiting while they try to fix it.
So you are in the plane.
Yes, we're in the plane.
So not in the gate.
No, but the plane's at the gate. The plane is parked at the gate.
I'm gonna kill you. Is this fucking Abbott and Costello?
No,
What's that first?
I'm just telling you where the plane was. It was not in a mechanic shop.
Okay.
It was not up on stilts getting repaired by
That's how they do it, too.
aviation mechanics. It's by somebody who probably just barely graduated high school with a socket wrench. These are things that go through my mind, right? So I'm like, oh my God, this is not happening. And being stuck in a plane for that long is just horrendous. It's terrible. Whether you're afraid to fly or not.
It looks like it always feels like you're in sardines or something.
Yeah, you're in a coffin. It's a coffin that flies 700 miles an hour.
I wouldn't say coffin, but okay.
Ultimately, they call the flight. They're like, "Yep, this flight's decommissioned. We can't fix it." Thank God, right? So my bag's in the plane, right? It's in the cargo hold with the hole. So we get off the plane, and they say, "We got another plane for you." Great. Can I get my bag? No, the bag doesn't go on the other plane. I said, okay. So we get on the next American Airlines flight. I'll say it. American Airlines fucking sucks.
Don't worry, it's a monopoly. They know.
Yeah, they're not going to go out of business because I just said that, right?
Yeah.
So get on another plane. Same thing. We're sitting there and just sitting there. And we're sitting there. Pilot gets on and says, now these are all the people that just got off the other plane.
Okay.
Says to us, yeah, this is probably not what you guys want to hear. And I was like, oh, no.
Is that how he sounds like? The guy from that Office Space movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Milton?
I think so, yeah.
Or Lumberg?
I don't remember the names.
Yeah.
I'm not that white.
That'd be
That
great.
guy.
Yeah, Lumberg.
You sound like that guy.
Kind of.
Okay.
Just some pretentious asshole. This is probably not what you guys want to hear, but we can't fuel the plane because something is frozen open, because it was like 1 degree outside. So some mechanical piece was frozen open, so they couldn't fully fuel the plane or protect the plane from leaking or whatever the hell, right? So again, we're going to try to fix this. About another half hour.
Oh, my God.
Maybe a little more. Comes back on and says, we're decommissioning the plane. You got to get off. 2 planes decommissioned American Airlines,
Is
right?
this towards your job place, or is this away from, like, you're going home?
No, I'm going to my job. I'm going to our U.S. corporate office in Jersey.
Gotcha.
Right? Okay. So now I'm a person who hates to fly. Now I've been on 2 planes in 3.5, 4 hours that have been decommissioned for mechanical error. I'm not feeling good. I'm not doing well.
Right.
All right?
I imagine.
And, you know, I'm texting people in Jersey. I'm texting my boss, like, oh, you got to figure it out. You got to get here. I'm like, oh, my God. No mercy. So finally, American Airlines books me on United. I was supposed to land in Jersey at 6:30. Wound up getting to my hotel at 2 a.m. with no bags. American Airlines promised me my bag would make it right out to Jersey. Don't even bother picking it up. It'll get to Jersey in the next flight. You can pick it up when you get to Newark International. I'm like, you sure? They're like, well, if you want it now, it's going to take about 2 hours to get your bag. I'm like, oh, no, I got a flight in an hour and a half. I can't. They said, don't worry. It'll be in Newark. You'll get it.
Right.
That plane's going to get there before you will. The plane with your luggage is going to get there. Because there was a third American Airlines flight going out to Jersey that I couldn't get on because it was full. But they were going to put my bag on that plane.
Right.
That plane got shut down as well. So 3 American Airlines planes were downed.
Interesting.
On this past Tuesday. Okay?
Wow.
So my bag never made it.
Man, they're fucking up.
So here I am, dude. I'm flying to, flying United, flying to Jersey. The flight was actually a good flight. Land, no bags. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning at this point.
And you have work the next day.
I got work bright and early the next morning.
Yes.
All I'm wearing is a pair of gym shoes, my fat jeans, because I gained weight, a T-shirt, right? A Supernatural Current Studies T-shirt.
Nice.
That's all I have.
Promote your own shit.
Right?
That's good.
So I get to the hotel. I call United about 2 o'clock in the morning. I finally get to the hotel. I call United Airlines. Put me through this whole rigmarole, run around. Well, I called American first, and they're like, well, it's United's fault. They have to, since they were the last airline you flew, they're responsible for your bag. So you got to file a claim with United.
What kind of fucked up shit is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but that's the way it is. Who takes you is who's responsible for your bag. So, okay. So I'm on the phone for about another half hour or so with United Airline. No resolve. I'm like, I got to get to bed. I got to be up in like 3 hours, right? So here I'm going to my U.S. corporate office where all the bigwigs are, and I come walking in the next morning in a pair of baggy jeans.
Do you really go in there like that?
I had to.
Yeah.
I had nothing. I couldn't go shopping
Right.
because it was so late. All the stores were closed. I raided the hotel's store to get like toothbrush, toothpaste, nonsense,
Yeah.
So long and short of it, I never did get my bag.
It's still out there in the
No,
ether?
I mean, well, today on my way home, I finally found it. It was at American Airlines in Newark.
Well, the Doi,
That's where it was.
They had it the whole time.
So as I'm calling them throughout my stay over in Jersey, they're saying, yeah, we found it. We're going to get it to you. But it never came. It
Right.
never came. So I
Right.
never went to buy clothes because it was always, we're sorry, it's on its way. Or it's coming. But it never was.
Right.
So since Tuesday, I wore the same socks, the same boxers, the same jeans.
You're John Candy
The same
in airplanes
T-shirt.
and automobiles.
I felt like such a dirtball.
Or Steve Martin.
Or Steve Martin, yeah. I felt like such a dirtball. And then we had, what was the news calling it? The snow bomb? Or whatever, the blizzard in New Jersey.
There was a blizzard in Jersey?
There was a fucking blizzard in New Jersey. Shut everything down.
Oh,
So
okay.
again, I couldn't go shopping to get clothes.
Wow.
Yes. So all that nonsense to get there. My bag's not there when I do get there. A blizzard happens while I'm there. I'm in the same clothes for almost 4 days. I actually washed my socks and boxers in the sink of the hotel with hand soap.
You know what? Everyone, picture that for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Picture that for a minute. What hotel was it? Chain?
Oh, Hampton.
Hampton. Jay. Alone. On the sink. You know that double door with the slide off and the extra light separated from the sink. Sitting there.
Buck naked.
Buck naked. Cleaning his thing. Does it not remind you of Bob Hoskins a little bit?
Bob Hoskins.
He plays like really
I'm the paranormal Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, he plays like everyday life is game to my shit, depressed really well. I think you just painted a picture of Bob Hoskins.
I reconsider a lot of things on this trip. life choices,
Right.
career.
How much do I love my kids enough to pay his money?
It was so bad. So, folks, this is why. And then my flight was delayed slightly today, so we're starting super late. And with Joe and Dave and the week setback that I have, we're not on the game tonight. So we're just going to let it run and see what happens.
Well, we're seeing it. It's
And
happening
that's
now.
my story. I'm sticking to it.
How was your way back?
Way back was decent. Besides a little delay, the flight was pretty good.
I have a question now that we're talking about this particular thing. I know you want to lead into fears, but the question is in my head now. What are your rituals to withstanding a flight? Like, what do you read? Do you sleep? Do you watch stuff
I watch people
on the plane?
on the plane.
Isn't that boring or
I
tedious?
smart eye everybody.
You smart.
And
Well,
it's,
you like making up stories?
it's
or like,
so
like-
no, it's sad to say if they're
Yeah.
slightly darker than me, I'm eyeing them.
Oh, you're talking about this is
They're
a
a
part of the
suspect.
fear. They're a part of the fear.
This is a part of my irrational fear.
Gotcha.
Right? As horrible as that sounds, and I know, listener, it sounds
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
I'm profiling.
Yep.
If they're darker than me, they're a suspect.
You should work for TSA.
I'd be fired in a day.
Yeah. No, I think
If they
that's
go
what
to the
want.
bathroom too long, I'm on the edge of my seat because
Oh, you notice
they're
when they go in
strapping
the-
up.
Read a book, bro.
I can't because my mind is so scattered about all these other crazy
Focus
things.
on a book.
You know, when they're in the bathroom too long, they're strapping on bombs.
Wow.
They're
yeah,
pulling out
that's what you're
knives.
thinking of, right?
There's plastic explosives at the bottom of their shoe that now they're putting it together into a makeshift incendiary device.
You should stop watching Mission Impossible
It's
now.
crazy, but these are the things that run through my head.
Right.
I'm afraid of the tail falling off because that actually happened.
Like in
over,
Lost season
like
2.
right after 9/11. I don't know if you guys remember that flight that broke up. I think over New Jersey.
Trust me, no one remembers that but you.
Oh, we actually talked about this on one of the podcasts.
Did we really?
I think we talked about it on episode 22, the Mandela Effect.
That's a-
how this horrible air disaster happened just after 9/11 over a residential neighborhood.
We
I think it was the
talk
tail
about it.
detached, supposedly, air
Yes,
quotes.
I remember now, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, you don't hear nothing about it. So things like that, engine falling off, Lexi. I'm terrified a fucking engine's going to fall off the plane.
So
Because that's what happened
so
at
Donnie
O'Hare Flight
Darko-
191.
Donnie
That sounds
Darko spoke
terrifying.
to you a little bit too, right?
Donnie Darko? Oh, when the engine came through his
the
roof.
turbine engine.
Yeah, that's right. This shit could happen. But
Right.
these are the things I think of. A wing fall off. I don't know if a wing has ever fallen off a plane, but I'm convinced when I'm on the
I
plane,
think
the
over
wing's
World
gonna
War
fall
II battleground, yeah.
off. 70 years ago, just after the Wright brothers took off. But these are the irrational fears that keep me, sickly paranoid. It's a horrible thing for me.
Yeah, but are you trying to? Okay, do you want to be the person that gets over that, like that gets better from that version of yourself, or do you want to be the person that will do everything in the world to avoid flying?
I would be the person to do everything in the world to avoid flying.
But isn't it better to try to get
And
better? with
anyone
yourself?
who's listening to this from my work,
Out of those two
they're
answers,
probably
you
laughing right
chose
now.
the wrong answer.
I know.
You should. Why don't you try something? You would try it?
Well, it's funny because one of the higher ups at
Like
my
get,
office,
get high right before.
she said she wants to take
That
me
would
to
make you more
hypnotism.
paranoid.
No, oh
She
yeah,
wants to
it will
take me
make
to
him paranoid.
hypnotism.
Hypnotism.
Yeah, one of the higher ups at my office.
Yeah,
at my
I mean,
company.
whatever works for you, man.
It's like the running joke. Everyone laughs at my turmoil.
Well, yeah, because I'm making jokes, for the podcast. But let's face it, I'd be saying the same joke if we were talking. In
No,
the
you
kitchen.
would. Yeah, no, you absolutely would. Jerk. So it is. It's a completely stupid, irrational fear.
Yeah.
We were coming home from Key Largo, beginning of December, my wife and I,
We call it cargo.
and it was probably one of the worst flights I ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there was storms.
Because it was longer than
and
usual?
There was this and that, but the plane was bouncing so bad.
Oh, I love it when it does that.
Like everyone on the plane was like, "Okay, this isn't.
I
This
love it when
isn't
it bounces.
normal."
Is it like almost between a rattle and a hop?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
love
it was
that
going
feeling.
side to side as well.
Yeah, it's kinda
But
fun.
it was really dropping and
kinda fun.
popping, like it
It's
would
kinda
bang
fun.
when
Yeah,
it
it's
dropped,
fun.
And as we were
Yeah,
landing,
it's fun.
as we were landing, we were landing hard because there were crosswinds coming at O'Hare,
That's what she said.
and all the emergency lights came on of the goddamn plane.
Oh,
All
wow.
the emergency lights came on, and I lost it. Katie had to put her arms around me and
Yeah.
calm me down. It was bad. I thought we were dead. I thought we were going to die.
Yeah, you good. That's if I was your wife, I'd do the same. Let's just don't worry. Hide from the world. Come here.
I'm like who puts the head in the sand? The ostrich.
Yeah.
If I don't see it, it's not happening.
Right. The ostrich syndrome.
Unfortunately, when I'm on a plane, all my senses are just completely heightened. So I don't want to continue too much on with my personal experience, but that's why we're so unprepared today.
Right. But
All
speaking
those
of his personal
factors.
experience, have you ever tried taking like, Ambien or
No, I don't want to mess with I don't like to mess with that stuff.
they're pretty low key.
I hear people do all sorts of wacky shit on Ambien.
I mean, if you combine it with shit,
Lunesta,
if you combine it with shit, or you
killing
take a
their
handful,
partners,
yeah,
choking them to
okay,
death
I'm gonna
during
tell you
their
right
sleep.
now, the alcohol we're drinking, it's pretty good right now. If you drink a bucket, that's bad. That's what Ambien is. Just drink with the equivalent of what we're drinking.
Really? Maybe I should try it.
Yeah.
Because I do have sleeping problems, too.
What's Prince Valium? Maybe you try sleeping with Prince Valium?
Prince Valium?
Yeah.
Little Valium?
Yeah, just some little, like a half a tablet of Valium or something.
I could try it. I don't know. I should do it when I go on a plane.
Just trying to help you out, man. Because I think flying is fun and less likely to die since you drive so goddamn much.
I know. Well, there's so many places I want to visit, too. I'd love to go back. I would love to go to Italy.
Let me tell you how to
know.
get to Italy. It's not by fucking car.
No, it would be by boat for me. I would take a cruise.
Yeah, I guess you would.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm pathetic.
I could literally arrive in Italy 7 times before you get
All right, before we continue, I do want to make mention. A friend of ours, Jordan Kay, with Allied Integrated Marketing, I got to get this right, is promoting, I got to make sure and get this right, he's promoting a compelling new documentary that takes a deep look at the events, beliefs, and experts that have shaped our views of the otherworldly. And it's a documentary called Alien Intrusion. And I will read a brief description here. Yeah.
Please do.
Millions of people have seen UFOs, and many even recall personal encounters with strange entities. The popular view is that these are advanced aliens visiting us from far away. But this compelling new documentary takes a deeper look at the events, the beliefs, the experts, and the people who have shaped our views in the otherworldly. When one examines this phenomenon, one of the most disturbing but powerful affirmations of the spiritual realm, Christianity, and the Bible becomes clearer. This documentary seeks to solve one of the most haunting and persistent mysteries of our time by addressing UFO sightings in every country, things seen on radar, what happened at Roswell, alien abductions, government cover-ups, and even a new religion. The truth will surprise you. Again, this is a documentary called Alien Invasion, debuting Thursday, January 11th, 2018, in the Chicagoland area at any mainstream theater that features Fathom events. Ticket prices are $14. Show starts at 7 p.m. Central Time. And listeners could find out more about this documentary either at their website, alienintrusion.com. That's alienintrusion.com.
You said invasion before, so that's good. Intrusion.
Alien Intrusion.
Yes, you said invasion once. Oh.
Did I really?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, no, the name of the documentary is definitely Alien Intrusion.
Yes.
alienintrusion.com. Or they could see a preview on YouTube if you just go to YouTube and search Alien Intrusion 2-minute trailer. It looks fucking cool.
You saw the trailer?
I did. Yeah, I got it right here.
Nice.
It looks really good.
Cool.
It looks pretty groundbreaking. So,
What I like about it, it's already like kind of like decrying what is. It'll tell you is this real, but like what our public universal consciousness of what we think it looks real. Like how
Yeah.
did that get started? I like the idea of finding the.
It is.
because everything's got to come from somewhere.
it seems
Like the idea of being abducted and being probed by aliens, the joke everyone uses.
Yeah.
Like, where did that start? Right?
What's the origin
Things like-
story
right,
here?
Things like that. That's kind of cool.
Well, one thing that I like in their description is how it pulls in Christianity and the Bible,
Right.
which a lot of people claim that aliens, UFOs, and the spirit realm are all connected to religion somehow.
I agree.
Do you agree, Lexi?
I do.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of silly to think that if they've been around for longer than, let's say, 10 years, that they wouldn't affect us.
Aliens?
No, I'm exaggerating, but yeah, obviously they've been around for longer. What I'm saying is that how it's stupid to think that they wouldn't affect religion in some way.
Yeah.
If someone sees something like that, how do you not portray that into the religion you're in if you're less scientifically minded or whatever?
Right, yeah.
It makes perfect sense, especially back then when they had no internet or cell phones or narcissism or or less of that. I mean, not narcissism, but like desensitized natures that we are today.
Absolutely. And that's it looks like that's what this documentary is going to address. And I'm all about it. So Alien Intrusion, Thursday, January 11th, 2018, 7 p.m. Central. Tickets are $14.
I wish I knew before I worked that Thursday.
I know, I really want to see this, but I'm out of town.
I've always wanted to see a Fathom
I'm in
events.
Michigan.
I never get to see any of them.
Yeah, so you're familiar with the Fathom events.
Oh yeah.
So could you think of a theater off the top of your head that plays Fathom events? Because I don't know.
anything big.
So any big,
Yeah,
any
so
main,
any
like
almost-
just in
almost
their
like-
description here, any mainstream theater in the Chicagoland area.
Yeah, like
We'll
half
play
the
Fathom
AMC's
events.
easily play it.
Ah,
If you're into Regal Cinemas, I think they have license for them, because they're just they're events outside of the general, like when you go online, like moviephone.com or whatever people look at for showtimes. It normally isn't on there unless you're looking directly from that website, because Fathom Events is its own separate branch. So you have to go through Fathom Events to get those tickets, but they're in that theater still.
I
and
see.
the popular
Oh,
theater you go all
good,
the time,
good.
most likely they would have a Fathom Events going on. Especially if it's one like tailor-made, like some of the theaters, they're tailor-made for the region they're in.
Yeah.
Like if they're in a predominantly black neighborhood, they will show black movies a lot more often, or a lot longer. And if there is something in Fathom Events that relates to that, they'll play it heavily there. And but they usually play them everywhere. So
wow, excellent. Well, it sounds like this is a good deal for $14. AlienIntrusion.com, or go and see the preview, YouTube, Alien Intrusion 2-minute video.
Yep.
So I did want to make sure I mentioned that.
good.
'Cause I promised somebody contacted us like, hey, I really would appreciate it if you announce this right before the release. And we just happen to have an episode coming out on Monday, so tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
For those, I mean, if you're listening and you're in Australia, we're sorry, but just keep an eye out. It might be available on rental at some point. You never know.
yeah, VOD maybe, something like that.
VOD, yeah, those things pop up there pretty often, and usually under the radar, because a lot of people dismiss the kind of genre or the subgenre of alien or alien documentaries. They dismiss it so fast that it could have been on Netflix for 5 years and we wouldn't know it until you look for it.
That's true.
Right. So
Cool. All right. So with that said,
with that
Lexi-
said, let's figure out.
Lexi, what scares you?
What scares me?
Give me one example, just one for now.
Just one?
of something that scares you. So I said flying, and the irrationalities that I play out in my head when I fly.
Okay, let me think of the biggest one that scares me.
Okay, we don't like dead air.
Okay, the biggest thing.
I get scared by dead air. Oh my god!
Right, as the
Oh my God.
producer.
I must scare you all the time because I always take time to think.
I know you do.
Well, that's good. You think things through. You don't just blurt shit.
Yes, probably demonic possessions.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You don't have to hit a home run. You can let the ball
know, you
fly.
just fucking
by
knocked it
you
out of
a
the
little
park
bit
on that
first.
one.
Right.
because
Should I take a
believe
sip
I
of
was
my Manhattan?
possessed before. Yeah.
Oh, what? Yeah, I definitely.
What's that
So
again?
I need a
anything,
drink.
anything that has to do with like summoning demons freaks me out.
So how would you summon a demon?
Well, you could mess around with the Ouija board.
hate the Ouija
That's
board.
an interesting.
The Luigi board.
The Luigi board, yes. Like any like witchcraft way with like drawing with blood and making a pentagram out of it. Usually you get some dark entities.
Have you done that?
Yes.
Have you really?
I have made a pentagram out of my own blood before. Yes.
How did you get so much blood that you could do the pentagram?
Well, you're probably imagining like a big movie set thing. You should
Yeah.
probably do like a little.
No, it's a small one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
like
That's-
just the size of my
that's-
phone.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay,
it's not
okay.
getting too
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
And what happened? Did you say like any incantations, or did you?
Well, a couple days later, every time I went inside my room, you could feel the heaviness and you would get really short of breath. Like, it was so hard to breathe. And I had to bless the house over and over again because I would hear walking up the stairs from the basement, and I would
Whoa.
go to the basement in like pitch black. I thought I would see a girl crawling up the stairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
gave me the goosebumps.
So I don't
That's
know
a
if that was
horrible
my
image.
own paranoia or if I was actually
Or it could be
seeing
or it
something.
could be a combination of both. Like
Yeah.
maybe the sounds were really there, but you made the girl appear
Yeah.
in your own paranoia.
Yeah.
A lot of that happens to that. The interesting thing about terror stories like these, especially supernatural related, is that some of it, I'm sure, is the person's fear. because fear almost always equals irrational. Irrational. It means irrational in many ways. So I can see how people can manifest something or create something,
But it's
a memory
the
that
same
wasn't
girl
there.
I
But-
saw when I first moved into the house before I even did the pentagram thing.
Oh, well.
So when I first moved into the house, in the basement, there's this door that's chained up and locked. Not even the landlord has the key to it. And every time I go in the laundry room and see that door, you get this like heavy, eerie vibe from it, you know? So I would always stay away. So like when I first moved into the house, I was in my room. The first night, all I had in my room was my bed, my desk, and my wheelie chair. 3 a.m., the chair would move back and forth, back and forth.
What?
And I would open up the closet door to turn on the light, and then I would go back to sleep, and I would keep the chair, like, stable, you know? I would keep it in the closet, and I'd wake up again, and it would be out of the closet. And then later on that night, I was just sitting up staring at the chair, and then at the corner of my eye, I saw a girl in the corner by the closet just standing there in a white dress.
Did you see her face?
Barely a face. Barely a face. It was just like an apparition.
Whoa.
And I got so freaked out.
Who do you think this girl is?
I have no idea. Probably someone who used to live in the house. Really creepy though, because the two rooms are like right against each other, like in the hallway, but in the closet, my closet, there's a drilled hole, and when you look through the hole, you see the closet of the other person's room.
Oh.
It's really creepy.
Why the hell did he do that?
I don't know. It was there when I moved in, so someone must have been spying on the other person's room.
Cool, creepy.
Very.
Yeah, that part.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really disturbing. I would always keep my closet door shut so no one could look in my room, like my brother and stuff.
I hope it wasn't like an old-fashioned glory hole.
No, it's too small.
suck.
It was just like a little peephole.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Isn't it funny how things get extra fucked up immediately once you include any idea or notions of sex that's unwanted? Like any
Yeah.
sexual activity, like gross, pervy, things like that.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah.
And of course, 3 a.m., the witching hour,
Yeah.
the chair going.
The chair going just back and forth in circles, back and forth. And I would hear it, and I would wake up to the sound of it moving.
So then how long ago was this?
This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
So 4 or
I don't
5
live in
years
that
ago.
house anymore, thank God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now flash forward to today, you're terrified of demonic possession.
Yes.
Is
I
it
always
because of
sleep with
that?
the light on.
Is it because of that, or that just like strengthened your fear?
It strengthened it. I was afraid of it since like an old house when I lived in Norwich, because I would like see faces come out of walls, and I would see a bunch of stuff. Like I was really young and really in tune with the spirit realm. Like I had this dream one time of the people that lived in the house before. It was this little girl and like her dad and like a family, and like in the dream the dad raped the little girl, killed her, and then
horrible.
killed the wife for catching him.
Holy shit.
And she showed me the exact spot where she was killed and where he put the body in like my dream. And I woke up and I saw like a little shadow of a man hanging right above me.
Oh,
So I think that he might have hung himself in the house after,
holy shit,
because there's like this
Lexi.
pole, you know, and it's like way more than like feet's length, so you could get up there and you could hang yourself.
Yeah.
And it was really creepy.
Where in Norwich? Do you remember the streets?
Yes, it's right behind the Hip Mall
Yes,
on
it's
Odell.
like a block or two.
Oh, Odell.
Yeah.
Oh, by someone we know.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In that shop
Holy
too.
shit.
It's always interesting. Have you seen I've always thought of this before. Have you seen that awful movie with Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan where he plays like an angel?
I vaguely remember it.
In it, the only thing I liked about the movie, the only thing I remember liking is that no one can see angels, no adults, because they're too, they can't see. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing. They're kind of blindfolded. But only the children can see them. And that's the thing, is that children are able always to see that kind of thing or perceive it
Yeah.
more or be attuned to it more. And I don't know if that's part of it, probably.
Yeah, no, when I was
Especially a little girl.
4, after
Yeah.
my dad died, I would see him around the house, and because I didn't like know what death was, so I thought he was just out. And I would go in my mom's room, I'm like, Mom, Daddy's home. And she's like, no, honey, he's gone. I'm like, no, he was in my room, like right then. And then like she would see a shadow walk through the
Wow.
hallway. Like me and my mom, like we're psychics, so like she's really in tune with this stuff. So like when she sees like shadows or hears something fall down, she automatically thinks it's like her dad or my dad. Like stuff like that. Like we're really in tune with like the spiritual side of death, so we know that there's life after death.
Wow.
Like
Wow,
Coco.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Those are good stories.
Thanks.
Those were really
I
good
have
stories.
a lot of ghost
Like
stories.
Oscar said, just go home run it right out of the gate.
Yep.
Okay.
You should start off with me because I'm going to disappoint you.
So okay. Since what scares you?
Lexi?
Lexi scares you. Oh.
I don't mean to.
For a 90-pound woman, you know.
Yeah.
100.2.
Oh, wow. I can literally carry her over my back. Like
My leg is 100.2. So what is it about Lexi? She doesn't seem very intimidating.
No. She drives me crazy, but I'm not scared of her. That'd
She's
be
a woman,
ridiculous.
so of course she does.
Yeah, but that's her
We
job.
just lost listeners on that one.
Yeah, we probably. You
Oscar, edit that out.
You think we lost listeners for that thing you said about would you see a shade of brown?
Oh yeah. Could you edit that one out?
No, it's funny. It's funny. It's like it's okay. It's not a big deal. I get it.
It's the truth line.
It's
It's what we're doing here.
No, it's fine. People know us and shit. And if this is the first time you're listening, we're really sorry.
Yeah. So what about Lexi?
No. Okay, no, she's fine. I'm not scared of her. I'm scared for her. So what I fear is for her. Those are my main fears of the last 2 years since I met her. So especially the last year or so. But like in general, like what is a fear? What is a phobia? What is a thing like that? I know I have I feel weird with wide open spaces, but I don't.
Really?
But yeah, like it feels weird. It feels like how claustrophobics feel like in a tight space, I guess.
I never knew that.
But I feel it's so small, and I can literally talk my way out of it in a moment later or two, and I'll be okay.
So then when we were in the desert, when we were releasing all those
Every time.
Nevada podcasts, were you really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, but then I got over it. And then the desert was, I told you at the time, surprisingly calming, which is why I kept saying it, because
Yeah.
I expected to feel it more since we were in wide open spaces almost every minute of every day.
Right.
But it bothered me way less than anywhere else I've ever been.
The desert did. It
Yes.
bothered you less. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Well, at least that desert. Right.
A lot of people go out to the desert to find themselves and to
Well, I mean,
be
I'm
one
right
with
here.
nature.
No, I get it.
The desert's calming for a lot of people.
Yes, for sure. It makes me want to go to more different nature areas, like a mountain and then a forest, and makes me want to visit those types more because of how much I liked that part of it. But I didn't do it for that. I didn't find myself necessarily. I did find something for sure, but it's like I said, I expected more fear, but it didn't happen. And it's not really a big fear though. It's not nowhere near your plane thing.
Yeah,
it's
wow.
nowhere near her possession thing. So I can't really say it.
So what is it about wide open spaces?
It's
Is-
just it just feels unnatural to me. It usually happens indoors. Like if I'm in a basketball arena, like I don't like that, especially if it's empty or if it's half empty or something. Like if I'm
Wow.
walking by it.
I've
That's
never heard that
strange.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, like fuck those places. But it's like
Those places.
It's like I think this goes back to a fear, not a fear, but like this strange tick that Lexi and I have that I love that we both have, where every time we go into a restaurant or we're sitting down somewhere where there's more than one person, we have to sit our backs to the wall. We don't
Yeah.
like the idea of people sneaking up behind us.
I don't like that idea either.
I hate that.
I could relate.
Sometimes it happens. Like yesterday, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and the worst place on the planet. She loves it. She loves it. But
Wow.
Jesus, that place sucks balls.
I'm
It's
with
just
you,
fucking
Oscar.
the worst. The
It
wings
really
are the
is.
pieces of shit.
Hey, how about when they call it B-dubs?
Oh God.
Let's
I
go
call
to
it
B-dubs.
That's what she called me.
Stop it, Lexi.
She
Stop it right now.
BW3.
all the credit.
BW3, no. No.
Never heard of that one.
No, Lexi.
All the credit she gained earlier, gone.
Yeah, gone.
Gone.
With BW3, you lost it.
Although I had probably the nicest waiter of all the B-dubs experiences I've had.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
But
Do you
that's-
remember his name?
No, fuck him.
Did he ever give us?
He still works there. I don't give a shit. He still works there.
That's great.
Yeah, I just don't like that place. But whatever. We sat there. We were sitting right in the middle of everyone.
Oh, my
and we
God.
both felt that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's the worst.
I think that's kind of a common one. I don't think a lot of people like what they're.
But I feel like there's a
they're
connection.
back to a crowd.
There's a connection. I think that's how I feel. That same eerie feeling, like of insecure or not in control feeling, like you might get with flying, or she gets with demon possessioning. So stop drawing shit on blood.
I haven't done that in
Like
years.
your thing is easily avoidable. His is not so much.
I mean,
It's not like you're to get yourself cut and fall and slip, and then you start like drawing something. Like
What is she doing? Is she doing the fish?
Wait.
What is she doing? She's drawing a pentagram.
I want to describe how this could happen to her. Wait. Let's say she's opening the key, right? She's really tired, it's really dark. She's going inside her house. The keys has an extra jagged edge. She scratches herself. She doesn't really realize it. She drops the keys. It's too dark. She can't find it. Her phone's dead. It's been dead for hours. She starts
that would
looking,
ever happen.
and she makes a pattern. Looking.
As Oscar's on his knees, reenacting
Right.
this whole scene.
And then it glows red because she made something happen.
I could
Just by
actually
looking
see
for the
that
keys.
happening
Right.
with me.
That's the only way you could accidentally.
I wish the listeners saw
Well,
that. As she's looking for her keys, she's running her hand on the ground.
Right, like
And makes a pentagram.
Jay has to make a fucking living. He has to fly. I sometimes have to walk in open areas, you know.
Hey, sometimes people have negative energies and entities attached to them that they don't know. And me being me, of course, they're all attracted to me, so they all attach themselves to me. And if I
Yeah.
let my guards down for 1 second, they'll try and get in me. It's happened many times.
Damn.
Recently, too.
I know.
Well, we're gonna have to talk about that
Stupid
one.
Justin.
I know. And that's the thing is that the worst part is that she attracts living human flesh people. There
literally-
are similar and like that who
They
are
call
like just-
themselves beings of death, like reapers.
Well-
they identify themselves as reincarnations of reapers.
Who are these people? I'm gonna give them a fucking slap.
Yeah, so I went to one guy's house whose house is more expensive than, let's just
Beautiful
say, Jay,
house.
anything we've ever
Beautiful
owned
house.
times 10.
And he's a reaper.
That's what he calls himself. I'm not saying he is one. I'm saying he calls himself that. And they always meddle. All these kids that, kids, I mean, they're younger than me, so everyone's a kid to me. But like all these people that kind of flock to her, or she attracts, or she's attracted to as friends. Not that I'm saying anything bad. These people all like meddling into these things that she kind of already had a harsh crash course in it.
So here's where your fear for her comes in.
Right, this is part of it, and and every time I hear of a new person, I'm like, what is he doing? Who is she? What are they related?
What is he
to?
summoning?
What? Yeah, I need to know everything.
Reapers, Lexi, really?
Yes.
You hang out with people who call themselves reapers?
She used to.
I used to. I had to like detach them all after this dude Justin. Terrible
Fuck Justin.
dude. Yes. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I hung out with him like once in my like hometown. Terrible things happened for months after I brought him there.
Wow.
Including cops and X and all this stuff.
So
yeah.
what was-
Pops X, he had a bag full of knives. Not like pocket knives, like long machetes.
And what would he use those for?
I don't know, but he brought them when he was hanging out with me.
He might have had a plan for you.
Yeah, I know.
I know, that's
had
what I've
that
done-
gut feeling the
that's what I
entire
told
time.
her.
That's why I kept him in Starbucks the entire time.
And she buried that lead with me too. She knew she didn't want to give me that piece of information until like a week or two later when it was way past. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the thing is I don't trust her information to me because like she'll like lower it for me. You know?
Yeah.
She'll like downplay it so
No,
I
like
won't freak out.
the
But
first time I hung out with him, he was like, "You have all these powers. You have such a gift. You have all this light in you. I'm jealous of you." And then like I started to connect the dots. I'm like, "Oh my god, he was literally trying to take my soul from me."
or something.
How old was he?
He was like 21, 22.
Yeah.
I think Justin played way too much role-playing games in his
what I-
grandparents' basement,
That's what I thought.
and he got these ideas in his head. What do you think?
I honestly think
Do you think Justin had something about him?
he was definitely like schizophrenic or something.
Okay,
because
so
he was
earthly.
He was
Yeah,
talking
definitely.
to people.
I hung with
the
him, too.
entire time he was with me.
you
but he was like,
serious?
"Do you hear them too?" I'm like, "No,
No, motherfucker, I didn't hear nothing.
No.
Check,
don't
please.
Don't downplay that. We both pretended.
You met
that-
this guy?
Yeah, I went to his house. We spent hours with him because
Is
I
this the
needed
big-
to.
is
well,
this
I
the
needed
big
to,
house guy?
I needed to vet him. So yes, this is when she thought he was still cool enough or,
Yeah,
or
like-
okay enough.
Second time I hung out
So
with him.
I she hung out with him without me there. And first, I'm like, this fucking stranger's house lives an hour away. Lives like the halfway point between my house and your house, let's say.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm freaking out. I don't know this person. I need to, whatever. I don't care how rich he is. For them,
He was really
that
nice
just means
the
he
first
can
time I
hide
met
your
him.
body and afford it, whatever.
He the
What
first
is-
day I hung out with him, he's like, "Oh, cops don't care if teenagers go missing. They don't even look."
Yeah.
Oh, red flag, red flag, red
Yeah,
flag.
I didn't know
there
that.
was a lot of
Red flag.
flags.
I
There
didn't
was a
know that.
lot.
I didn't
Wait,
know
so
that.
what does a reaper do for a living?
They
To get a big
guide
house.
souls. Oh no, not for a living. No, that's
No,
just
because
like
he's
he
already
thinks
rich.
his
He doesn't have to
soul
make a
is
living.
like a reaper. Like when he dies, he'll go back to guiding souls.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like when you draw the death card in tarot, it doesn't mean it's bad, but it could
It means
be bad.
transition.
But it could be bad.
But
It could be, yeah.
did you tell him there's no such thing as reapers? Did you tell him that?
No,
Did you tell him it's make believe?
no, because at my time, my female best friend also identified as one, and her methods
Lexi.
and her thoughts were completely different than his.
All right, we're gonna have to have an intervention,
Yeah, we
a
do.
reaper intervention.
Yeah, reprevention.
We really do.
Just bring him over here. I'll slap him around.
I'm not going anywhere near him.
Yeah, no, good point. Good
Yeah.
idea.
Anyway, the guy was
So
weird.
now I understand your fear for her.
No, but some of it is more.
So that's-
some of it's more three-dimensional. Like there are more earthly reasons. Like some of it legit are evil guys who are like, I don't care how fucked up mentally they are. They're taking it out on her, or they're gonna try, or they want to try, or they want to cheat on their fucking, 2-3-year-old girlfriend because my girlfriend's hot and they're work with her. Like I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
That's more of my worry nowadays, and it's number one priority over the Reapers.
Reaper.
Obviously, I never said that out loud until today, but
But that's what this is for, man. This is great.
Justin worried me from a schizophrenia standpoint, not necessarily because I knew he's not talking to anyone. He's just an empty chair, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
Did he have names for these things he was talking to?
Oh yeah, he would. Oh my God, he would gloat. We could make a podcast on this guy alone.
We should.
He would gloat on this a great king from history that he would talk to. He would talk to Xerxes. He would talk to President Roosevelt, and he would talk to fucking
Taylor Swift's soul in his dreams.
right because
T-Swizzle Soul.
Tweet Swizzle. Jesus, Jenny.
Leave we gotta
he
leave
really
Tay-Tay.
thinks that
Leave
one of her
Tay-Tay out of
songs, she's specifically made for him because he knows that she's a part of the Illuminati.
Of course. Duh. Doi.
The toy.
He, I don't know if you've ever heard of this like race of aliens, the Draconians.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he thinks that he can speak Draconian, and he's spoken to me in Draconian.
Could you please give us a sample? Do you
Oh,
remember?
do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was
Maybe
like,
Bacardi B is draconian. That did. Maybe that's what that is.
No, I think you need like a whole other set of vocal cords
yeah,
to
it
match
was
that.
Oh.
Like the whole idea of draconian means that you
Something
need
like
to be
that.
like part beast, which you
Yeah,
can't do
part
as a human.
reptilian.
Right. So like the origin of the name. I'm not
I
really
see.
saying that the real. I'm saying the reality of that name and
Yeah.
the origin of it would mean that no human can do it.
Oh,
so the fact
I
that he
see.
said that, he's a fucking liar. On top of being a liar.
or maybe just delusional.
Or delusional.
That too.
Oh, probably
Like,
just
he
delusional.
truly
Right.
believes this stuff.
Right,
and,
right.
like,
I shouldn't have said
of
that he's a
course I
liar.
went along with it.
Sorry, I take that back. I
at
don't
my
want to say he's a
time-
liar. I
he was
can.
my friend.
I fully believe that he believes it.
Yeah.
So.
Was he trying to pick you up?
No.
You don't think he was trying to pick you up?
Actually,
'Cause you don't-
there was a few times where he said the voices would say some things about my body,
Oh.
and he was like, "Oh yeah, like Source is here right now, like God is here right now," and he says that you have good
No.
lips,
Oscar, should we edit that out?
No.
and it tastes
you
like
can
honey.
swear.
Yeah, we
He
can
said,
swear.
"Oh yeah, God
and it
is
tastes like
like-
honey. Honey.
He's like, God is eating you out right now." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Whole.
Lots of questions there. Lots of questions there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't God say like I created something great because He's God? Not that you got something here, like
Or
you
like
just discovered
Source.
Good point.
it. I'm just saying, what's the omnipotence
Like,
going
hey,
on here?
Reaper, I did pretty good there, huh?
Right, like my work there? You
And
like
give him
my-
the old ethereal elbow, huh?
You like the Ray fantasy I'm about to give you here? Like
This
what's
is
he doing?
craziness.
Right.
It was a very interesting.
I don't
couple
remember.
months.
I don't remember that, by the way.
You weren't there.
No, I don't remember you telling me.
I
You
probably
evil
didn't.
little liar, saucy minx that doesn't tell me things.
Saucy
I just,
minx.
I just leave certain details out that I don't think are very necessary.
This is
Like
why I
him
freak out
talking about
constantly.
my-
This is why
I get it.
vagina.
See, every time I hear her telling me about a guy who is hitting on her or is being inappropriate or, borderline harassment, I mean, in today's age, it is all out harassment, but they're just really just talking to her and not like they're doing anything. But in this day and age, everyone's, up about her about everything. In this age, whenever she tells me something like that, I think it's 10 times worse because I know she's downplaying it. And it
yeah.
probably happened like 3 times instead of once. And she's now telling me because she figures like might as well start talking about it now. Yeah, that's why I don't trust you really completely because you downplay it.
I don't downplay. I just
And I don't know why. I'm worried about
I
you in a
just don't-
good way. I'm not
I don't
worried about you in
downplay,
a
I
bad
just don't
way.
tell.
Right. Yeah.
It's not lying if I'm not
See,
moving my lips.
This is what I want help for. I want what will get. I need to get her to tell me everything immediately. That's what I need.
This is going more off
Yes, it
into
is.
the relationship
Yes, it is.
building
It is.
topic
Oh, it
as
is.
opposed to fear.
But that is my fear.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
Spiders.
Oh, I love spiders.
Fucking hate
like what kind of spiders? Like all
Any.
spiders?
Any.
all any. Oscar knows. Oscar knows.
Tell them about the time I had to drive back
Time you had to drive back.
when you lived in Lizzle.
Oh,
Oh, I have to hear this.
yeah. Well, we found a spider in the house and it was big, and I wasn't going to kill it. Katie sure as hell wasn't going to kill it.
They're both afraid.
What
of
about
it.
the kids?
Well, we didn't want it to get by. I think Talia was born already.
Talia was born by Nico.
Yeah, we didn't want it to get by Talia, so Oscar left our house, got pretty damn far, and Katie called him back.
Mm-hmm.
And you came back?
And
came
he
back.
came back because he's such a great friend,
Wow.
a real friend, and he came and he didn't kill the spider, he rescued it and took it away.
Aw.
Did I get that right?
I
Did I
like
remember
spiders. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
spiders.
this? That's how bad I wouldn't kill it. So he had to come, I don't know,
I mean, he was,
long ways.
He lives in a south suburb by Aurora, or he used to live there.
Yeah.
By Aurora, Illinois, and I lived in the northwest side of Chicago. So it's a polar opposite. Polar opposite. Sorry.
it's a long ways. I don't like them. They scare me. They're little.
And you live right next to the woods too. Like I always yell that to you. I'm like, why do you live here? There's tons of spiders in the forest. Tons.
Although in this house, I don't think maybe 2-3 times we've seen spiders.
No, there's definitely spiders. There's spiders in every house, everywhere.
You know, we swallowed 28 spiders in our lifetime.
They say that's
In our
not true.
sleep? I don't know. I read it on a Snapple cap.
Better than saying Facebook.
I don't know. I hope that's not true.
I think it is a little true because I've woken up sometimes, like
Feeling something like
yeah,
tickling.
and I'll be like, oh god damn it, get out.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I felt like
woke up.
tickling in my ear a couple
But
times.
I usually sleep
And I
face
remember.
down, so I never really get that
Yeah.
problem.
Huh. So there I went. Spiders. I don't like them. They give me the heebie-jeebies. I see one, suddenly there's a million on my body. It feels like
Yeah, no,
I get sweaty.
I know the feeling. I get that feeling with centipedes.
Oh, centipedes. Yes.
Just because they're on top of having 100 legs.
Yes, 100.
Yes, like Centurion. On top of that is they're also slimy.
They are?
Yeah, they're kind of slimy.
Now, are you talking about the ones that like run around your house at like 50 miles an hour?
Well, those
Fuck those.
two.
Are those centipedes or millipedes?
No,
Wait,
millipedes look like
do
millipedes.
have a million legs?
No, they have 1,000 legs, honey.
Okay. Then why are they called millipedes?
Oh,
and
like
not
the big
thous?
black.
Because in the old Greek thing, prefix milli means 1,000. I think so, something like that.
So the
Don't quote
millipedes
me
are
on
those
that.
long, like for
No,
those long
they're
black African
So I've
millipedes.
seen millipedes, and they're fucked up. You would not mistake a millipede for a centipede.
I'm getting
Okay.
itchy now.
I know, right? I'm getting the skeeves.
See, I'm not
Th-
getting
so the centipedes are the ones that run around your house.
Wait,
They're
they skeeve,
fast as
they
shit.
skeeve me, but they don't frighten me like you do. Like I would kill the fuckers.
Oh no,
Oh,
we
I
do.
would chase
And
them. I
feed it
would
to
knock
spiders.
everything down in the room
Those.
until
No,
I get
those
it.
I kill.
Yeah,
those
right,
I kill
okay.
because I've been bitten by one before.
Oh, really?
They bite?
They can, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
And
no.
it
I never been bitten by
created
one.
this huge rash up the back of my leg, and it was
Wow.
red and inflamed, and it
You're
stung
kidding.
and it burned. Oh yeah.
Wow. Good thing you weren't a possum. You would have been dead. 'cause
When I
that-
lived on North Avenue.
Okay, I
got
remember.
bit over there.
I remember. Yeah.
It was bad. Freaked me out. So with kids and stuff, we chased those suckers down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So there, spiders. Lexi,
Bees and wasps.
bees and wasps.
There was a wasp's nest right next to my kitchen window in the
Oh my
apartment
God.
I live now.
That's right.
Every single day, a wasp would be in my kitchen. I was making food and I'd hear a buzzing. I would turn my
And she
head.
fucking
this
calls me.
fat, huge, ginormous wasp just sitting on my kitchen window inside the house. The window is closed. I don't know how it's getting in.
Oh.
It's flying around. It's landing on the food I was cooking. I leave everything. I turn off the stove. I hide in my room. I'm home alone. I'm calling Oscar. I'm like, Oscar, there's a wasp. And he's like, I'm at work. There's nothing I can do. And I'm calling my mom. She's like, I'm at work. There's nothing I can do.
So what do you do?
I hide in my room until my mom gets home.
What happened to the food?
I leave it there until my mom gets home.
Oh man.
I can't. They terrify me.
I've been in one time I was at her place and She showed me, because you did kill one of them.
No, I
thought you
didn't
did.
touch it. My mom did.
Oh, your mom did. Sorry, I saw a carcass, a bee carcass. And there was another one we found, and it was like dead of night. It was nighttime.
Well, it
Yeah.
shouldn't
What the
be
fuck
out
is
at
this
night.
bee
Yeah.
is flying around,
Yeah.
thinking that the light's daylight or something, and it's flying around. I'm like, man, you have a bee problem.
Yeah. No, and we
for
called
you.
the landlords. They
Peace
came
out.
in.
I love bees.
No. Okay, so I called the landlord. You know, he came in. Instead of checking for the bee shit, he was checking our fire alarms, and then he left. I'm like, no, you're here for the bees. Please come back. And he never came back. He was like, yeah, I'll be back in a day. Waited a day.
That guy just
Still
gets
the
hot
wasp
all the time.
nest right next to my kitchen window. They're getting in. Don't know how.
Well, with all this 0-degree weather we've been having, they're dead
Yeah.
or sleeping. Or
They
are
hibernate,
I
I think.
hope
Are they
they're
hibernate?
dead.
There's a
Yeah,
form
we'll
of
just say they're
hibernation,
dead.
I think, for
I
them.
guess I'll be able to tell in the spring.
Yeah.
They're all in my kitchen.
Well, they
again.
4
can't
months.
die because, like, how do they come back?
Yeah, good
Where's the
point.
procreation happen? I don't think they die, but I
Well.
mean, bees are definitely on the decline over the last
And like
20
That's
I
what
have
they say.
2 cats, so I can't open the doors to let them out because every time I try, my cats just run out. I lock them in the bathroom and in my room, but they scratch and they cry, and I cry because they're annoying and I can't go out of my room to unlock
It's this
them.
vicious cycle.
It is. It's terrible and
I'm just laughing too in the background.
so scary. Because
Wow.
I know they can like go under the cracks of the door, so I put a towel under the door. I seal it shut. And then there was this one time I was in my room. It was like 2 a.m. I thought I heard a buzzing like right next to my ear. It was just paranoia. I completely hallucinated the entire thing.
Yeah.
I jumped. I flipped off my bed. I ran out into the living room. I just stood there for a minute. I got my strength back. I went back in my room. Nothing. Nothing.
Fears manifesting in the physical world.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I do want to step back real quick to spiders. Oscar, you have a
Yeah.
spider tattoo
I do.
on your belly,
Yeah.
of all places.
Right on top of my belly button.
Yeah, with
Right
a
above,
web
I mean.
coming down, right, from your
Yeah,
chest.
it's like it's coming down to it's like the belly button's the hidey hole.
Oh, that's so gross.
That's how I envisioned it
You
when I
just
when I
can't-
told the guy to do it.
The hidey hole. Oh.
What'd you name it?
Scarlet. I mean, that was just me being dumb and like 18 when I got it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a stupid. I don't think there's no name to it, but Scarlet's the OG name.
I had the OG name.
Yeah.
I had to just backtrack because I forgot to mention that with the spiders because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I thought you posted that video on YouTube, the one we went to that thing.
I
It was
never
going to be
put-
on there.
I never
but-
put it up.
I know you never put it up.
Because I was too fat.
Yeah.
When we went to the
Well, I mean, we're both fat. So.
when we went to Warm Spring, the abandoned Warm Spring.
Yeah, in that pool.
Yeah, in the hot spring in
The
Warm
spring.
Spring, Nevada.
Yeah, yeah.
The ghost town. Yeah, we're frolicking and playing, and I didn't. It's on YouTube. It's just private.
Yeah, so it's not on
I'm
YouTube.
like, I don't look too good.
I hear you.
Maybe one day I'll put it up. I don't know.
No, you won't.
Probably not.
The way you put it up is if you get fatter and and you look better
and that'll be my
there.
skinny picture.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Got it. I plan to go the opposite way. So
you'll never put it up,
that'll
right?
Probably never come up.
Exactly. Fear of mine is
Yeah.
here's a. But you guys would be like, well, everybody, but whatever. Unforeseen violence.
Unforeseen violence.
Yes. So this is a fear that kind of manifests a lot in, but it's more like a weariness. Like I'm just on alert, like you are when playing. I'm alert. If someone's in the bathroom too long, that kind of level of alertness is how
Yeah.
I feel. Is this when I find myself I'm in a situation where it's a bar, or I'm walking on the street, or I'm driving, and I'm like, because I tend to drive. I'm not saying I drive really fast, but I drive, as not like an ass. I mean, to people, I'm an asshole, I guess. But I drive like really up to people. In order
You're
to get
one
them-
of those guys.
In order to get them moving, like if they're going 25 on a 35 or 30, even like whatever, I'm on their ass until they get the fuck going. So because
Okay.
I can't skip them. Stuff like that. The situations like that sometimes arise where like, oh, someone's gonna fight me right now, or I'm about to get mugged, or something's gonna happen around me and I have to deal with it. Like I don't like because I've been to a lot of those already. I feel like I'm always gonna fear it happening again, even though it hasn't happened in a long time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, you do have that habit of going out and just wandering at real late hours in the morning.
I do that. Yes, I'm one of the very few people owls who are out at all hours, at any hours outside. I don't mean like out in bars. I'm saying outside of the
Yeah.
house, because usually I'm smoking or whatever. I'm one of those guys who's out all the time, but isn't doing anything degenerate. I'm one of the the less degenerates night owls out there, because I'm not doing any drugs. I'm not scoring. I'm not working for anyone. I'm not a snitch for the cops. I'm not doing any of that. Sometimes I do talk to cops, and sometimes, what was it, 3 or 4 summers ago? I think I told you the story. This, oh my God, it's really not beat up, but like old, haggard, although she was probably my age, woman drove by in a car as I was walking 2 in the morning, and wanted to prostitute herself to me, and like, oh,
Yeah.
you look gross. I'm like, no, like, you have $50 or $20. I she's like, no.
Oh,
And she-
what?
Yeah, I'm like, no, and she just drove away, like at the first no or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all this happens. Like, there's a nightlife to Chicago for sure.
Absolutely.
But I'm never really a part of it. But I'm always around people who are, because I like that person, or Polacks fighting in some bar across the street from me,
Yeah.
which happens a lot. And sometimes I will be walking by them as it's happening, and I might be involved. And it has happened. Like one time, I told you this, honey, and I told you too, honey, that remember like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I was walking behind a girl. I just happened to be walking behind her, and she thought I was like
Oh, like stalking her.
stalking
grab
her, or was like
Yeah.
trying to, or gonna do something.
Yeah.
And she kept speeding up, and I'm like just heading towards the 7-Eleven. That's all I'm doing.
like, dude,
you
I'm
just
just going
happen to
for
be
a-
on the same path
I was
as I
going
am.
for a chili dog and a Coke.
At one point, she dropped her keys. She looked drunk, but she looked not drunk enough. She was still alert and worried about her body, and I'm sure she would be. I mean, she was dressed not very good, like very scantily. I'm like, come on, what are you doing out here by yourself?
Yeah.
But whatever. So like, I was worried for her. Like, what are you doing out here by yourself? I was almost yelled at her for it, but like I didn't.
And here she is thinking
That I'm that guy that she has to worry about.
Ah.
And, so that kind of thing happens. And I get it. I have a hoodie, which hoodies are the best clothing item ever made, but it looks like
I
the
wear 'em all
worst.
the time.
But
Yeah.
it looks like the worst. You look like
you
you're
are
a
a criminal.
scumbag.
Yep, you're a criminal
You're
as soon
a
as you put
scumbag
that
out
hood
on the
up.
street.
Yep.
But hoodies are the best fucking thing to have.
Oh yeah, I wear them
They
all the
cover
time.
the whole back, the whole neck part.
They-
And it's great. It's perfect. What else do you want?
It makes it very hard for vampires.
Right, very hard
to
for
get
vampires. So,
Well, I mean, yeah,
and I've been mugged many times before.
in Chicago, I mean, that
Yeah. Or tried.
victimless. Wait, what do they call it? The what's it? Not victimless? No, the innocent bystander getting shot or stabbed because they're in the wrong place, the wrong time, or
Right.
they get involved or in the mix.
Like
of,
I keep a knife on me at all times. This is a box cutter,
Pulls it out
which
right
I
now.
use at work, but I have it clipped to the inside of my
You
back
should.
pocket.
Absolutely.
I have a better one. I've shown you before, the double one that Lexi got me for
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
I keep that on me at all times, and at work I even keep a certain like blunt items that I always keep, and I make excuses for keeping around in case a customer gets really angry. I can just grab it by the handle and use it really fast if I have to.
Just give 'em a crack.
Because customers will be fucking crazy and unruly, and
Oh,
they bitch about
my
everything.
God.
Lexi has more stories than I do, but it's never gotten to the physical aspect. But it almost did once in my store, so it could happen.
sure.
So that's a worry I always have. I guess you could call it a
Okay.
fear,
Yeah, all right,
maybe.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But I don't know how common that is. It probably is common. Maybe anyone who's been in prison for more than 2 days probably has that fear for the rest of their life. I don't know
Yeah,
how common that is. I've never been to prison, but I
probably where you
imagine-
are geographically. As
Geographically,
well, you know.
right? Yeah, I mean, I grew
I
up
was in
in
a holding cell for 48 hours.
Yeah, tell me about that.
But no violence. It was just me and like one other person.
Good, good. No violence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my brother, he got arrested once, too. He was over 24 hours, but nothing bad happened either, even though there was like a bunch of guys there, but
My
nobody
mom
cared.
left me there for an extra day just to teach me a punishment.
That sounds like a
Teach me
sitcom
a
episode.
lesson.
That sounds like an episode of a show, like, right?
I was handcuffed to a wall.
Well, yeah.
What did you do? Do we want to know?
I just harassed the police officer. I just kept talking to him, and he looked so annoyed. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to stop talking. This is my only form of entertainment right now. I'm going to tell you my entire life story.
Yeah, nowadays they just shoot you.
Yeah, she does that. One time we were in a Panera. Oh, God. So we were in a Panera once. She used to work at one. And I don't remember, we were eating something.
I
And
love harassing.
She started talking to these two cops, and then she started, like, the way she was sounding was clearly sarcastic. It was to me, and it probably
yeah.
was to you, because I guess
Oh.
you were doing it on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
And she was asking these cops, like, I don't remember what you were asking or
I was
saying.
asking them if they ever shot someone, if they ever saw a dead body,
Yeah, things
what
like
the
that.
body like smelled like, shit like that.
Yeah.
Do that.
I was curious on what a
Antagonizing.
dead body smelled like.
I'm like, and
It's not good.
it's like
I want to know the
curiosity's
exact
satiated.
smell. Like I heard it was like copper and like burning pig.
Copper and burning pig.
that makes sense. That seems like it tracks.
I don't know. I never.
The only
thought
pig
of
I
it.
get because the flesh of a pig and the flesh of a man are pretty close.
Well, pig is scrumptious. I don't
You
picture
don't think we are?
scrumptious with human.
No, I'm saying the flesh of them we're really close. We're the same organs in the same places roughly that they
Or
would
was
be
that
in ours.
man burning alive? I don't remember. But one or the other. That's what it smells like.
Smells like bacon. Smells like sizzle.
No, not bacon.
I'm kidding, honey.
Like a metallic, coppery
Yeah.
smell.
That's
with,
probably
like,
the blood.
You
Big
could
flesh.
probably Google it, and you'd be set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
wouldn't have to
I'd like
harass
to hear
cops
from
anymore.
experience.
Any- Anymore.
That's the thing, and I'm there like I'm there looking more minority looking, right? I feel extra minority, and she's a white girl fucking asking these white cops these questions. I'm like, who's the outlier here right now?
That's right. Who's going to go to jail in this
And I'm trying to
scenario?
get them to stop because I'm taught the opposite.
Oh,
to
they
not
were
talk
so
to the fucking cops.
pissed
I'm
off
messing
at
with them,
me. I just looked at them like all like innocent. Like, what, guys?
Yeah, but
What?
you look so fucking sarcastic.
That's because I'm white and I have a little bit of sass.
No, it's sarcastic looking. I'm just saying what people perceive is what counts.
What?
Oh boy.
Ow.
Shit like that. That's a fear. Yeah, she did it again.
I think we recorded some of that Bacardi B's interview
Yeah.
in the outtakes. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
gonna put all of it. Honestly, we did like 22 minutes on nothing.
What do you think? Do you want to listen to some of Joe's music?
Yeah, let's do that. It's time for a break.
Yeah, let's break and come back, and we'll see where we take it from there.
All right, very cool.
And we are back. I kind of dig that.
Yeah, it has a It Follows feel to it.
The movie, It Follows.
Right? No. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
what else
well-
would it be?
I don't know. Well, so the listeners know what you're talking about.
I guess.
It does sound like It Follows. It's kind
Check
of
it out,
like
guys. It's a good movie.
Oh, it's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
That's what it. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it reminded me of.
Yeah. It was good. I like his sensibilities. Joe's.
Yeah.
Music like leanings.
I agree. They're good, and we can put this podcast on YouTube and not be penalized because it's Joe's music.
Right, because YouTube is a little dirty pirate whore.
It really is.
It is.
So we were talking over break where we were jamming to Joe's music, talking about fears, what
Yeah.
drives humans, and we got on to nightmares.
Yes.
Nightmares.
Which is it's a good
It's a fear.
It's a good segue. It's a good way to get. It's a good entry point.
I agree.
We've talked about the whole sleep paralysis. This is not quite that. Nightmare is just a nightmare, man. We've all had dreams. Dreams. The difference between a dream and a nightmare is that one you like and one you don't.
It'd be pretty basic.
Because, like, if to a serial killer, what is a nightmare to us could just be a dream to him,
Ooh, that's
Right?
deep.
right?
Yeah, I like that.
For him, maybe a nightmare would be like going to his car to pick up the charger he left in it. Like that could be a nightmare for that guy. It's like a normal
Or
day.
Thanksgiving with the family.
Or Thanksgiving with his family who are still alive with their heads intact. Like that could be a serial killer's worst nightmare.
You're right.
But to him, like, buying a brand new machete could be a great normal dream.
That's kind of a bad example.
Fine, chopping people off while shopping for a new machete.
There you go.
There you go.
And that's just a normal walk in the park dream.
Right.
Interesting. Well, they say if you remember your dreams, that there's significance there.
Oh, who's they in that sense?
The experts.
Who are these people?
That one German sleep studier.
Two things, David. Oh, David. Jesus.
Don't you dare.
Well, the reason I said David is because I'm used to yelling at him more. So I'm sorry about that. That's just
Apology accepted.
That's a Freudian slip.
There you go.
Set up when you talk because I can't hear you very well.
Oh.
Or you're doing it weird. You're like moving around.
I'm sorry.
You're doing Joe stuff. That's okay.
Joe Erie and Dave Black, after 57 episodes of this podcast,
Yeah.
don't know how to handle a microphone.
Right now you're doing it well.
Thank you. You're right. I am. I'm laying back. I'm relaxed.
And
It's past 3:00 in the morning.
right. And 2, the witching hour, by the way.
Ooh, that's right. Lexi, don't yawn in the microphone, please.
No,
Did I?
I didn't hear it. So
Okay,
if you
cool.
did, I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Because I'm wearing the headset to listen to everything, guys. Anyway, who are these experts again? Who were you saying?
Well, just the people who say these things.
Okay, I never heard of that before.
I've just always heard it my whole life that if you remember a dream, you remember a nightmare, that it has significance.
I think I maybe saw that in a movie as a line, but I
No,
don't know if I
no.
ever.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, come on.
Because that kind
I
of...
remember.
Why
going-
would we remember these particular nightmares that we're going to talk about?
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the essence of this dream thing, because if you make that as a baseline rule, like if you remember a dream, it's significant in some way,
Yes.
then what the fuck is going to happen to me?
Wait, what?
Because there's some fucked up shit, and some weird shit. Not even fucked up, but like weird, just in general.
Well, there's
bizarre.
symbolism.
And then
there's
subconscious.
And then and then there's the truly bizarre ones to me in this instance. If we're using this baseline, is that I've had some pretty mundane things, like getting my keys from my house because I forgot them.
So maybe in the future you were going to forget your keys.
Yeah, but that's a best. It's
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I've had this idea before too. I had a whole concept script about it too. I know what you're thinking.
No, you don't.
Okay, what are you?
The book that I'm reading is talking all about like dreams.
Okay, well, we're not pitching a book yet. Hold that thought. Yeah,
hold it.
because I know what you're thinking about, and it's going to be an idea for some other show. But good thinking. But I'm saying like, so that's like deja vu then. At best, it'll feel like deja vu, and that's it.
Oh, deja vu could play into this. Who knows?
Right. So, but how is that significant?
Well, you don't know yet. Just like I don't know what the significance of mine is.
It's like if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans or something, that kind of thing. Like you just don't know, just kind of go with it.
Right.
Okay. I guess I have no argument against that because there's no way to argue against that.
Right.
So
I win.
Fuck you a little bit.
So who wants to go first with their nightmare?
Clearly, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, this one's horrible.
This is the most recent one you can remember. Not to say that is your most recent one.
Correct.
Okay.
This is the most vivid. The most it happened yesterday, but it happened years ago.
Okay.
So for years, I remember every detail of this dream, this nightmare.
That's awesome. I mean,
It's
sure
terrifying because
sure
I
it's not.
believe that if you do remember them, that it means something. So what does this particular dream mean? It's horrible.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
There was this wall.
So it was me and a woman. I don't know who the girl was. I don't know who the woman was.
Still to this day.
I could never see her face.
Oh, okay.
But she had blonde hair. I remember that.
Not your wife.
It was not Katie. It wasn't Katie.
Like a younger kid, even, or
No, I don't
No?
think so.
okay. Carry on.
In my recollection, it was never Katie.
Okay.
So it was me and this woman. I guess we were on a date,
Okay.
and I took her to a restaurant.
What kind?
I don't know what kind of food.
Or the feel? You don't know about the core?
Oh, I could describe it to a T.
Oh, nice. Tell me.
So we enter this restaurant, and we sit at a table. Now, the table is one of those high-top bar tables.
Okay.
So it's a table that you don't sit at with a chair, you sit at with a stool, right?
So fancy place.
Don't know.
No.
Real tall chairs. Chairs
Gotcha.
were real tall. So
Gotcha.
tall table, tall chairs. We're sitting across from one another. Sitting across from her, I can't see her face, right?
Yeah.
The floor, red and white, tiled floor.
Red and white. Okay.
Red and white.
Okay.
Red tiles and white tiles in a checkered pattern.
A little shining-esque.
There were other people in the restaurant eating,
Mm-hmm.
just doing their thing, also sitting at high top tables and very high chairs.
Okay.
All of a sudden, the door opens, and these Mexicans come in.
Huh?
Your people, Oscar.
Yeah, not Mexicans, but Mexicans.
Oh, Mexican. So they come into the restaurant, and it seems I'm the only one that notices them.
Oh, really?
There are three of them, and they start they start going up to the restaurant patrons, the people eating at these tables,
Okay.
and putting guns up to their heads
Oh, shit.
and shooting them straight in the head.
Oh,
And-
with no pomp and circumstance, no questions, no
No,
yelling.
no, just walking right up and bang. Right in the
Okay.
head. Bang,
All
bang,
right.
bang. And I remember in the dream seeing these people and chairs just tumbling over as one. Boom, on the floor. It's happening, and everyone else in the restaurant is still eating. So then they go to the next table. Boom, execute the people, shoot them right in the head.
Is
Over
it
they
Is
topple.
it loud, like the gunshots?
No, I almost want to say it didn't have a sound.
Sounds.
I don't remember a sound of the dream.
Okay.
And they go to the next table, and they're just shooting people. Bang, bang, bang. There they go. They topple over. Boom, right on the floor. People in chair as one. Bang. Then they get to my table.
Okay.
And I say to myself in my dream, I have this thing where I can wake myself up when I don't like it.
Yeah.
Very lucid. So I go to myself, I need to wake up. And bam, I woke up, and I was just covered in sweat. I was
Wow.
like panting, almost hyperventilating. I was terrified, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, man, thank God that was a dream. So I put my head back down on the pillow. I try to get myself comfortable again, get back to sleep. Soon as I fall asleep, I'm in the same dream. One of the Mexicans is right in my face, says, you're lucky you woke up because you were next. And then I woke up again. And I didn't go back to sleep the rest of the night.
That's kind of cool. I want to put that in a movie.
I don't know
That's really cool.
what that means. I remember, and this was years ago.
Yeah.
I
How many
remember
years?
it
like
like
a decade or less?
At least 10 years.
Okay.
And I remember it like it was yesterday.
That's
And I
crazy.
just got the goosebumps. It gets me every time. I think I've told this story on this podcast before. I just dream.
And
I don't
that
remember.
ending,
Nightmare.
That
It's a
ending,
fucking nightmare.
That ending sounds a little familiar. Maybe
I might have
I
talked
don't know
about
if you
it.
told me or if you mentioned it on the show.
Yeah.
But yes.
Well, listeners, if I mentioned it before, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But that's probably the most vivid. And then I have one more.
Okay.
I was a kid. And we're in my old house on Pittsburgh Avenue in the north side of Chicago. And I wake up. In my dream, I wake up and I go into the kitchen. And there in the kitchen is my mom. She's standing at the coffee maker. But all over the kitchen, on the ceiling, on the walls, on the floors, on the appliances, on the cabinet, on my mom, are all these black footprints walking everywhere. Like you see in a cartoon when people walk and they leave those black footprints.
Are the footprints materializing, or they're just always they're just there?
No,
still?
they're appearing, they're disappearing, but
Gotcha.
they're on everything, including my mom. And she didn't realize it. She was still back.
like a toddler's.
her back to me.
size?
No, they were men's feet.
Okay, gotcha.
But footprints, maybe boot prints or something, shoe prints.
Okay.
And they were everywhere. And they were my mom. My mom's back was to me. They were on her back. And for some reason, it just struck the fear of God in me. And I was probably my daughter's age when I had this dream. And I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Really?
I don't know what the significance is, but it terrified me. So those are probably the two worst dreams I ever had. And to people, they're probably like, yeah, it's stupid. But to me, it strikes fear into my heart every
I don't
time.
think it's stupid. I think it's kind of cool. But no, I mean, obviously, I'm not afraid of what you're saying. But I get how if you're in that shit, yeah, it would be fucking freaky. I get it.
So what was yours?
So it's hard for me to remember one. I don't remember, man. I know that I say weird shit when I sleep, and
You definitely are a sleep talker.
yeah, I'm a sleep talker. I've slept judo chopped people. I've slept.
Well, when we slept together, in Nevada,
Probably I punched my pillow a few times or something.
yeah, and then you got up in the middle of the night and you said something like, I'm going to pin her down,
Yeah,
or I'm going to hold her down,
yeah.
in this weird voice. It was very scary.
I'm sure it was. And you sleep with like basically a headscarf. You sleep with all these things on.
Hoods, hats.
You're this close to being parodied, my friend.
I was so fucked up in Jersey because I didn't have my wool hat to pull over my
You're
head.
this close to being in a Wayans Brothers movie, like making fun of like a scary movie type, like a White Chicks type. Anyway, it's hard for me to remember. A lot of times I remember snippets. Sometimes I do write them down, and they're still in my notes. But those are just like. But I really don't get freaked out by them. But I'll mention the one reoccurring nightmare that I used to get, and it makes way less sense than anything you've ever said.
Okay.
I'll mention it here because
Let's hear this.
I haven't had the dream in over 10 years.
But when you were much younger, this would always reoccur. This would
it would
happen all the
reoccur.
time.
It feels like now that time is a little hazier because I'm in my mid-30s now. It feels a little hazy now, but it feels like it happened a lot more often. But it probably just happened like a couple times a year, but for a few years. So like the fact that it happened that often still feels like it was super often. I don't know how.
All right, let's hear this. Let's hear this.
Does it
puppy.
make any sense? It is me gliding, and it's me only in the sense that I know it's me because it is like the camera. It is a viewpoint. There is no one else. I'm not in a place. I am not in a sense in this world. I'm in a plane. The plane I am in is fully white. There are some weird shadow contrast lines in the horizon, but not enough to discern it. And I'm not moving too fast. I'm not falling either. Like I said, I'm gliding. Like a feather falling, but not like back and forth, just straight down. And as I get closer, I notice this black dot on, I guess, the floor, which is also just as white as the rest of the world is. And I'm getting closer to it. And as I get closer, it becomes clear what it is. And it is a tiny Phillips head, silver-colored screw jutting out of the floor.
Okay.
And it's slanted, kind of like someone positioned it wrong, or it was trying to be taken out, and it was taken out halfway, and someone just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of jutting out a little bit. It doesn't describe to me what kind of floor it is. Like, you can't tell, like, if it's a wooden floor or anything. It's just jutting out weirdly. And as I lean in, my POV becomes... Basically, it becomes a macro version of the thing, and I'm starting to see the nail as if it's as big as this house. So I become, like, really down into it.
Huh.
I'm seeing a super close-up of it, or the nail is much bigger than I am. One of those two things, but it's all the perspective of my point of view,
right.
So I can't see myself, nor do I see my hands. I don't see my feet or my body.
Ooh, what?
I don't see anything
Fuck.
like that. And the dream ends, and that's it.
And that's it.
And it freaks the shit out of me.
Wow.
Oh, used to.
And you had it multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times.
I have no idea what that could mean.
No idea either.
If anyone knows what that might signify, let us know.
Mm-hmm. It's been years, like I said, over 10, easy, maybe over 15 years since I've had it. And there might be a detail missing, but I don't. Those are the things that freaked me out when I remembered it back then. So,
Well, you say open space.
Yeah, maybe the open space come from that, or the other way around.
Yeah, your fear. Interesting.
I don't know what came first, but like I said, it's all white everywhere. So yeah, that's definitely a wide open space. But is it? It could be as small as a closet. I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very brightly lit too. I should say it's brightly lit. I mean, it's white, so yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Any other dreams? That's the one.
No, I mean, that's the only one I can remember. I'm sure I've had it, and I'm sure I've told some to Lexi or other people around me, like if I told my brother maybe or something. But, like, I don't remember them right now, because that's how much I don't remember.
You forgot.
Yeah. Or, or if I write them down, I'll find them someday in a notebook. Like, oh, yeah, I remember that nightmare. And then if that happens, I'll tell you. But otherwise, I don't remember.
It's so crazy. You could be having the worst nightmare of your life. Like you wake up, you're covered in sweat, you're breathing, you're scared, and it's just gone.
Yep.
It was so real 1 second,
Yeah.
half a second later, it's just gone.
Yeah, that's a weird feeling. I always try to I'm becoming better at that. I try to capitalize that feeling. Like, I would ask myself the question nowadays, every time I wake up from a dream that I remember so vividly. Not a nightmare, but just a dream. And I will remember so vividly, I'll be like, I try to think out loud to remember it more, even though I know I won't happen.
Yeah.
And I'll try to remember. I'll write down some details in my notes, but I forget a lot more details I don't have time to write about.
Yeah.
And so I forget probably most of the dream.
That's it.
Right, and it's gone.
That's it.
And it's just gone forever. And I'll try to tell Lexi about it like an hour later or whatever when I see her, and I'll be forgetting as I'm telling the story that I just told myself it aloud or something, and I'll just keep forgetting it, and it's gone. And I feel like I need Leonardo DiCaprio to tell me.
The mind's amazing. The subconscious is amazing.
Right.
Lexi, how about you?
Okay. So
You were just waiting, weren't you? Because
Yeah.
you jumped on that mic fast.
Yeah, you were playing a game 1 second. I thought you.
Lexi, but yeah, okay, so then it was awesome.
Yeah. So I'm a lucid dreamer. So like I'm aware when I'm dreaming.
So
most
you're
of the
like me.
time.
Could you wake yourself up?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't like the way it's going,
Yeah.
okay, let's end this.
Okay. So
Right?
basically,
No, I wasn't telling you let's end
Oh.
this. But in your dream, you're like, you don't
Yeah.
like the way it goes. Let's end this.
yeah. If I
I'm
don't
the same
like
exact
it,
way.
if I like don't feel like I'm learning any lesson out of it, I'll just wake myself up.
We have superpowers.
Yes, we do.
Cool.
So basically, in my dream, it's in this weird house and like in the middle of nowhere. I go inside the house and like it's just me and my mom. Like we were living in like bumblefuck nowhere, and like I know what's gonna happen once I walk in the house. Like I know that someone's gonna come in and kill me and my mom. Like so I go like inside the house, like I'm looking around, and then like 2 seconds later, people are coming in like and trying to kill us. So I grab my mom and I walk out the door, and bam, I walk back into the house. The same day's on repeat, but it's a different murder. Every single time I walk out the door, I come back into the house to find my mom dead or
That's
about to be
horrible.
killed in a completely different way. And I tried to go out every single door, but every time I do, the dream just restarts. So I try to like start thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. Do I have to fight back? So I would try to fight them back. But then the dream would just automatically restart. So I try something else and it would just restart. And every time I'm walking in and my mom being murdered or someone's going to walk in and kill us. And then I just got tired of it. I did it like 5-10 times in a row. And then I'm like, okay, I'm waking up from this. This is like traumatizing me.
Who are the people, do you think?
I have no idea. Just complete strangers.
Do you know do you remember what they look like?
Nope, not one bit. They were just people, random people coming in. Like they were guys, I think, but they were in like all black.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had her own little Groundhog Day nightmare.
That's what I was thinking, too. I didn't want to interrupt her.
Oh, the X-Files game. It's Happy Death Day, that movie that came out last year.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
it reminded me of
But
when I saw
Happy
the
Death
trailer
Day,
for that.
yeah.
Of course, a 19-year-old will not get Groundhog Day.
No, she would not get Groundhog
I gotta
Day.
show her that movie. But yeah. She told me that one.
Yeah, that's a scary one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When loved ones are getting killed. Jesus.
That's like all my nightmares.
She was telling me about one of her other dreams, the most recent one, that became a nightmare. But everything she was telling me before it felt like an adventure to me. And then she told me the finale. Okay, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so basically, like,
Well, and then
it
we'll
was
end
real
with this one.
Yeah.
strange. Like,
So make it good, Lexi.
real strange. So like it was me and Oscar, you know, like, and like there's this weird like Earth event going on where like everything's being flooded, like entire Earth is being covered with water, like in waves, like it's really weird. So like we're trying to survive, you know, because like there's these waves coming from out of nowhere in Chicago, drowning us all and like killing a bunch of people, like it's like doomsday or whatever. And like so it's me and like Oscar and a couple other like survivalists, and like we're listening to the radio, hearing where the waves are hitting, because like we were hit, yeah, but like we still had like protective gear and like bunkers and stuff. And like so we go underneath into like this weird subway tunnel, which in my dream I was thinking like this is a really bad idea, why are we going under here? But I was just going with it because I don't like to control the dreams that much. I just like to go along and learn the lesson I'm supposed to learn. So we're underneath these like tunnels and like we're sitting waiting for the wave, and then the wave comes. It's like bam, it hits us. We survive somehow even though we're underground. Okay, that part just really confuses me. So then later on we're listening to the radio, and then like I'm like, oh my gosh, like my mom. So I go to FaceTime her, and like the waves haven't hit her yet, you know?
Yeah.
FaceTime where I'm like, you okay? Like, there are these waves coming. It's like the end of the world. And she's like, I'm fine. And seconds later, the waves come, and I watch my mom drown alive. And then
Holy shit.
yeah, I wake up after that, and then I go back to sleep, like, a little bit later. And then when I go back to sleep, I see my mom's dead body floating
Oh
in
my
the water.
God. Lexi, why is your mom always dying in your dreams, man?
It's
These are
my
not the only
biggest
two.
fear.
These are not the only two.
Oh, all my
Really?
nightmares
Yeah.
have to involve my mom dying.
Do you have a fear of losing your mom?
Yeah, because I lost my dad at a young age, so it's like
Well, there you go.
trauma.
That one solves itself.
Yeah.
Still, that's horrible.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
We should do an episode one day on just lucid dreaming.
Yeah, we should.
It's pretty
yeah.
cool stuff.
I want to
had-
be
I've
involved
had-
in that.
I've had a few moments, but I don't have anywhere near the control
You
guys do.
talk in your sleep. Like, you have full-on conversations.
I mean, it's probable that that's my way of lucid dreaming that I just don't remember. But on my own defense
trying to
mechanism
control
of it,
your dream. Yeah.
probably, because sometimes I've had some really nice dreams that go really well, too well for me. Like, too well. Like that you have a dream that you wished it could be a fantasy too. And like flying. Flying is my favorite one to, I think, feel and control, even though I only end up remembering like a little bit. Like me leaping over the building, but not like moments after or moments
Strangely
before.
enough, I can't control any of my good dreams. Even if I try, I could only control the nightmares.
You know,
Maybe
it's
I have
funny.
the opposite problem. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned. I've never thought of that, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, for yourself too?
Yeah,
That's funny.
I think it's the bad ones.
Yeah.
I think for me it's the good ones.
Wonder what that means.
No, I mean if I have
It's like
control,
fight or
I
flight,
don't remember.
probably.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
That's a great point. I never thought of that.
Because if we're having a
It's
good
the
dream,
bad
why
ones I'm
would we want
controlling.
to change anything?
Make it better.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
But we can't.
We could also be
Or
in,
make
like,
a
the
mon-
illusion that it's real because it's so good.
Or make a mundane dream better into a good one. Because there are
Right.
boring
Why
ass
don't we
dreams.
do
Or
that?
weird ones that don't make sense, not even scary.
Like,
I got an
the
idea.
most I could do is change the scenery. But that's it.
Maybe tonight we should try to control our dreams and talk about it tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then write it down, remember it, whatever, for the next show.
yeah.
See
I might
if we
spew
could
the
actually
I
do
might
it.
spew the meaning of life and I'll never remember it.
Yeah, because that could be kind of cool.
That would be really cool.
Because
Like,
a lot
I
of
have
times
great dreams that turn into nightmares.
wow.
And then, I can't control it while it's good, but the second it turns into the nightmare, I'm just manifesting a bunch of shit.
Well, that's because they say. Have you ever heard if, like, the last thing you think of before you fall asleep is what you'll dream?
I've heard of that
Have
too.
you heard that?
Or the last activity you do, it tends to be retained more in your muscle memory than
Right.
That
Yeah,
would
so
explain-
jerking off for a lot of guys, I imagine. And
Well,
girls
like,
too.
every time I watched The Walking Dead, I would have zombie nightmares.
That would explain my flooding dream because I was watching a show about, like, the apocalypse on Earth.
Right.
I see. That doesn't see. Maybe I'm the exception that proves the rule because I don't get that. I watch a lot of different things all the time. It's not just Community or like which my recent thing I've been watching, or Rick and Morty, which is a lot of things I watch. But like, it isn't just playing that game. It isn't just jerking off. It's I'll read a different book before I go to sleep. I'll talk to her instead of reading a book before I go to sleep.
Right.
I'll watch a completely different movie because I don't like rewatching a movie unless I have time, which I never do. 'cause-
Sometimes you dream of me.
Yeah,
Well,
and
let's-
I have dreamed of you, but
yeah,
it wasn't.
no, you
but I,
speak in your dreams.
but I'm sure. But I don't think they were necessarily coming before because I talked to you last.
Yeah.
I think, So
Well, let's try to do it tonight. Let's
Yeah.
see if we could create and then control a nightmare. What do you think?
I don't think that I would like to do that, but I will try it.
We do it for our listeners.
Maybe.
I mean, no.
Oh, Oscar
If I
says
have
no.
a
No, I'm
nightmare,
kidding. I mean, if
will
I-
control it, but I definitely won't create one.
Guys,
Those just come
at
naturally.
this point,
All right.
I remember so few of my dreams and so little of what I do. I'll take anything as long as I remember it.
Yeah, let's try to do it. Let's do it.
I'll do anything.
And then we could report on the next episode if anything actually happened.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Let's not forget one tomorrow though.
Right. Well, right.
Okay.
Because you guys are staying here.
Yeah.
We
thanks.
gotta
we'll all
set
be
our
together.
intentions to lucid dream tonight, though.
Right.
I wish there was a switch for that. I would just do it every time.
So when
No,
we get
that's
up,
what
we
it
could,
is. You
we
set
could
your
quiz
intentions.
each other.
I mean, a literal switch.
We'll quiz each
In
other.
the
What did you
subconscious,
dream?
it
What
is.
did you
That's why you
OMG
set your
woman.
intentions.
OMG woman.
And that's why you say, tonight I'm going to lucid dream.
Yeah,
And when
I've
you
done that
focus
before
on
and
that
it doesn't help.
intention-
Nope, I've done that before and it doesn't work.
You also got to go throughout the day asking
choke
yourself
you with
if
this
you're
cord.
dreaming and give yourself trial tests while you're awake, while you're dreaming. So your subconscious, while you're dreaming, you could do the same tests.
I'm saying this is easier for you because you've already been there. I'm not easy for me, or my defense mechanism makes me forget. I don't know.
All right. Well,
So
let's do it as an experiment.
yep,
We'll report back.
Yep.
And we'll close it for now.
Yeah.
I don't know if listeners like this episode. I liked it. I had fun. Lexi, did you
I mean-
have fun?
I did have fun.
I mean, how's this? We're always going to enjoy our episodes because we enjoy each other, like talking within ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
we enjoy each other's voices.
Exactly.
So, like, we're prone to like every episode we do.
But
We get to hear ourselves talk.
if listeners didn't like it, they could always get a hold of us
The ultimate ego
on
trip
Twitter or Instagram at Chicago Ghosts.
podcast.
Give us some feedback on our Facebook page
Yeah.
at Chicago Ghost Podcast on Facebook.
Really?
they could write us at contact@chicagospodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
They could go to the website,
Yeah. Speaking of ego, though,
chicagospodcast.com.
Chicago Ghost.
There's so many ways to get a hold of us. And leave iTunes ratings
Yeah.
so we could read them on the show and send you guys some cool stuff.
And also, it's the best way to get other fans into us without you putting any money or much effort.
That's right. And for special offers and deep discounts on GoDaddy, Loot Crate, Audible.com.
And Oscar too. Speaking of special offers, if you're interested in starting off your own podcasting endeavor or trying to figure out how to do it, or minimize your amount of overhead into something that you want to do but don't want to put that much effort into it, look into me. You can email through the show.
Yeah.
To contact me and to figure out how to edit, produce, and I can do that shit for you.
Excellent. Yeah. Start that podcast you and your friends have been talking about. It's fun, and Oscar can help you do it.
Yeah, it is fun. You get into it. I mean, the first year was the roughest for me. But yeah, we got over that eventually. We got better equipment. We're like, okay, no more omnidirectional.
Right. Yeah.
Like, we did
And
that
you
the
could
first 2
help
weeks.
people avoid those pitfalls.
Yes, exactly.
So that's
That's
great.
exactly right.
But like I was saying, if they go to our website, chicagospodcast.com, and click on special offers, there's all sorts of cool sponsors that help us with this show. Click on our sponsor links. Yeah, Amazon's the easiest. It's all right there on the website. So help support
check
the
it out.
podcast.
All right. So until next bi-weekly area. Right?
Yeah.
What's the next show coming on?
I don't know the date.
Yeah, man.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. See you then, guys.
Want to save your soul from hell, riding on our range. Cowboy, change your ways today. Oh. With us you will ride at the devil's herd.
What is they? What
Yeah,
is that?
what? Yeah, I'm worried.
like ghetto people,
Oh, okay. Good.
like really ghetto
Nice
people.
That was a
Nice
cover.
save.
Yeah, that
nice
was a good
save.
cover.
Yeah.
Like from the trap
Which of your
house
friends
ghetto.
says this to you, so I can kill that bastard immediately?
It's usually Theo, actually. Like, he says some, like, pretty
Yeah.
deep, like, wisdom-filled stuff. And then he, like, says, like, the N-word.
Yeah, and then and the whole thing is undercut by him, like separating the coke. You know, but
Yeah.
Cutting coke.
with a card.
And then he starts saying, skeet, skeet, skeet.
Skeet, skeet, skeet. So like 2014.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You should tell him that.
I should.
Be like, Theo, really? Skeet.
It's so 2014.
So it might even be before
You
2014.
should shorten his name even more.
2017 is now meow.
Is that what? Because of that bitch.
Because of that bitch, yeah.
That
That's what the
rapper,
kids are doing now?
the rapper singer.
They meow?
This is
They make noises.
this is rapper lady. What's her name again?
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Like Bacardi, but Cardi B.
Of course. So clever they are. They're so clever.
Yeah, she's like apparently. I like the statistic though that she's
We have
the
to
most
show her
popular.
the video.
We'll show her. We'll show her.
We show, yeah.
She's the most popular and the multi-winning rapper.
She
The
has,
la-
like,
for-
Really?
It's been over 20 years since that record's been broken by a
Yeah.
lady until now.
And now it's Bacardi B?
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's
She's else.
a hoot.
It's just a barrel of monkeys.
Like you could tell, like she probably barely graduated high school.
I don't think she even went.
Probably not.
Steinmetz?
Probably no. She's not from here. She's from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
And she ends a lot of her fucking sentences like
Or
that.
what's the other thing she does? Because I can't do it. Yeah.
There's a man that she goes home to that
There
wants
is.
to beat the shit out of her every time
No,
she
no,
does
no.
that.
No,
I'm
no, she
telling
does a
you.
beating. She's on top, bro.
You think so?
Oh,
She-
yeah.
No, she's on top of the world right now.
She's whipped.
Is she like what's Saya? Saya?
Oh, no, she's way on top.
She's higher than Saya?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Saya?
With the hair and no face?
Is that Saint Seiya?
Gonna
Saya?
swing.
Is it Saya or Saya?
I think it's Saya.
What's her
The
deal?
chandelier.
Is that Saya?
That girl, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
That
I
was
just, like,
an outtake right
screamed
there.
That song.
The singing was an outtake. For
All
sure.
of this is an outtake, except that I'm racially profiling a Puerto Rican girl from Brooklyn.
Oh, she's Puerto Rican?
Is she?
I thought she looked Puerto Rican.
And she's from Brooklyn, so
And she's from Brooklyn. No,
chances are.
No, I think she said it in that Jimmy Fallon interview. That's why I said that.
Oh my god.
By
It
the
was
way,
such a
and
strange
Jimmy Fallon
interview.
looked so weird in that.
He-
That was the best part. It's
He
him
was
trying to like.
trying not to laugh at her.
Yeah, because
Trying to actually take her seriously.
But you can't because
Yeah.
she ends all her sentences with what?
Ow.
No.
A lot of
All right,
them.
we gotta.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Could I see this on YouTube?
You can.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, of course.
It's the Cardi B interview with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh boy.
Is Cardi B? How do you spell B? Is it just B the letter,
B,
or is
yeah.
it okay?
B the letter.
Of course. Why would it be anything?
Let's
else?
see, listeners. Let's see what this is.
Listeners.
Cardi. I'm
You know,
assuming it's CARDI.
Yes.
Cardi
we're-
B. Okay, we're getting close.
You know-
Interview. Okay,
Jimmy Fallon. Just put Cardi B.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Fallon. I would have put. I wouldn't.
Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon?
Fallon.
Wow, she did both Jimmys.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she did.
Cardi B, Jimmy Fallon. Let's see.
She's in a green fluffy thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
dress is also very weird.
I think it's just a sweater. I don't even think that was a dress.
That's a
Jimmy.
sweater?
Oh, it's 5 minutes. This is 5 minutes of my life.
Just
Oh my god. Why did she just do that? Does she have Tourette's? Is she fucked up? Is she half? Look at Jimmy. You know that's full of whiskey when he's got to deal with this.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to life?
Nah, man, it's all part of the moving target, man. That's how it is.
Have you not heard any of the recent rap songs?
No.
Most of them aren't even English. It's like skirt, skirt, skirt. And then it's like the and then it's just a bunch of random mumbles and sounds.
Wow.
Even the 19-year-old's sick of it.
They're like, please stop.
Yeah.
Bring back the Doors.
The Doors.
Bring back Led Zeppelin.
Well,
There's
to
this
her,
one
it's
video
like-
of like Siri like saying the words of the rap song, and it's just like pow, 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 broom, broom, skirt, skirt, skeet, skeet.
Oh my god. Oh,
strange.
Folks, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need a drink.
So Bodak is not an actual word.
I think it's one of the orcs from like Lord of the Rings.
I'm going on Urban Dictionary and looking it up.
To see what Bodak means.
Bodak Yellow, the name of the song.
They love making up their own words.
They do.
Okay. Urban Dictionary says, when you fuck a girl and she tells everyone after. That's what Bodak Yellow means.
The whole thing means that.
Makes complete sense. It makes total sense now.
Does when you hear the song.
Does it?
Yeah, because that's kind of what she's talking about. Or she's talking about.
I don't even know.
I don't kiss and tell.
No, she's talking about how she hates that it happened. I think.
She was slighted.
Yeah.
Bitch got slighted.
Yeah, and she's got money. What you call them?
I don't dance now. I make money moves.
That's how the song goes.
Money moves.
Yes.
Money moves.
Yes. I'm guessing that means strippering, because just dancing is
Strippering.
free.
Strippering.
Strippering.
But like, what exactly is a money move? Is like a stand on your hands and suck on your toe? I would probably pay money for that.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
This is the worst.
Why is it the worst?
57 episodes later.
Is it that many?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the 57th episode of the Supernatural Occurrence Studies podcast. So damn paranormal. I'm your host, Jason Knight, president and founder of Chicago's own Supernatural Occurrence Studies. And with me today is...
Lexi.
Hi, Lexi.
Hello.
As she's drinking her whiskey and Coke.
We should have had her say "so damn paranormal."
5, 4, because I didn't like my intro anyway. Yeah, okay.
So damn paranormal.
He'll point to you.
I like it. And then go, meow.
Meow. Can I please do that?
Please do it.
Ow.
There you go. There it is.
Do it.
5, 4, 3,